Hey, so right now I have a habit of typing lyrics online freestyle, and I innovated this process myself. I didn't see people doing it before me, but since I started doing it, I've seen like a few people do it a little bit, like usually just a little bit. Whereas like sometimes I'll just like for like a few hours just like type all these improvised lyrics, which are also poems, which are raps, which are also melodies, depending on my mood, all into my Facebook statuses. And I, I've done a lot of extensive work in order to build the network that I've got online with various social networking sites. So I put most of these poems onto Facebook. I put some of them onto Twitter, and I used to like just type them into chats on Facebook, like just like doing battles with people kind of, and on MySpace. And like I'm actually always doing this in real life anyway, so it's a really amazing process. Like I'm blown away by the results because like basically I've received so many invitations to so many studios worldwide that I can't keep track. And sometimes I wish I had a manager so that I could keep track of like all this magic. But it's like, it's in the earth. It's basically like, I love the earth to death as if the earth is me. So what goes around comes around, right? I love every step so much. And like, I feel like even if I lose touch with some people, the people that are meant to work with me will find me, you know? So I just have faith in that. And I'm really excited. Like, I'm starting to branch out and look into like basically working with as many amazing people as I can. And I have really high visions. Like, I do believe that my voice is limitless in terms of potential. And I think, I mean, it's deeper than just my voice. It's like my spirit is in a place where I'm just like ready to fly, you know. I feel like I've earned that, and I have a lot to learn about production. Like, my goal is to, I've ordered my first MIDI controller. I'm waiting for it to come. And my goal is to figure out like how to produce using Ableton and MIDI controllers, and eventually my goal is to build MIDI controllers using like crystals and stuff. And I want them to alter sound and light and artistic things like you've never seen. So it's going to be a lot of work, and that's what I want because I like to work really hard. I've always worked really hard, and I feel like society's so brainwashed still, in the sense that like a lot of the work that artists do goes unnoticed. And I feel like I need to say that sometimes because I feel like I never stop working, even though I enjoy my work. It's work, and I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how artists live. Like we do, like if we're building like strong things, it usually means it's taken years for us to build them. Like I feel like just one strong lyric that I come up with could not possibly exist without every single day that I've experienced in my whole life. So it's like I feel like my intention with every single song and painting that I make and poem and everything, every single thing that I make that's creative, I want every day of my life to be in that. And I want like my full life to be alive in that song, because I want to give everything I can to music and to the world and to art. And it's like, it's the best release ever, right? It just feels like I'm constantly kind of like being reborn. So it keeps me alive, because that's, to me, how I like to feel alive. I like to constantly feel like I'm being renewed and refreshed. And so it's awesome. So thanks for making it to my YouTube channel. My name is Amy Frith, and I'm also known as Futuristic Illionaire. And the name Futuristic represents the spirit of innovation, and Illionaire represents the spirit of limitlessness. So I feel like it's a really strong name. I feel like I'm really excited about where it's going to take me. It's kind of neat to have a name that I gave myself, you know, because Amy Elizabeth Frith is also a nice, strong name, I have to say. It's taken me to great places, and I'll never hide that name, and people are always welcome to call me Amy or whatever, right? You can call me Future, I guess. A lot of people have started calling me Future, or Amy Future is fine, or whatever, like, I don't care. AIM, some people call me AIM because it's like short for Amy. And Amelia, a lot of people call me Amelia. Futuristic Illionaire. I don't know, I like it. It's like, it's more than just, it doesn't sound human to me. To me, it's like a combination of like human and beyond. Like, for me, technology is something that reaches far beyond anything else. And so there's definitely like a lot of that essence in that name for me, because although at this point my expertise does exist primarily in building melodies and beats and rhythms and things with my voice and with my hands. Like, I grew up playing some piano and drums and stuff. But like, yeah, I'm planning to put a lot of work into understanding Ableton. I've already done extensive amounts of research, and I don't want to be in a rush with it. Like, I do tend to learn quickly, but I've been trying to use Ableton with just this, you know, the iMac, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel right to me. I know it's possible to do that. But I really miss like the feeling of a keyboard. I really like having piano keys, so I've ordered an Akai Max 49, and I'm excited about that. And I'm excited that I'm taking a pretty zen, simple route. I don't want to be in $1 million studio right now, like surrounded by a whole bunch of stuff that would just like overwhelm me. Like, I've walked into friends' studios where there's just like everything, and it's just like, I'm not there right now. I don't know how to process all of that information at this point. But in the future, I will definitely be really interested and open to working with all kinds of different artists in all kinds of different hi-fi and lo-fi studio situations. And as far as I go into the hi-fi, I will never ignore the value of the lo-fi. To me, it's really important to see the value in where everybody's at, and just like with all the cultural situations that are existing in the world, I think it's really, really valuable as an artist to remain humble and to remember that it's never about what somebody has. You aren't what you have. And I feel like I see that message a lot in music right now, like, oh, I have all this money and these cars and these hoes, and like, this is who I am. Well, no, that's not who you are. It's like, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't create what you want. You should say whatever you want, But I'm just saying, for me, what my path is about is never about what I have, because what I have is just whatever. That's just one like layer. What is more important to me is like going through phases of stripping down to the basics and just having like nothing. And I've created that even when I've been offered everything. And it's so funny to come across all these songs filled with people like trying to climb the ladder and get everything. And it's like, why don't you just embrace where you are and see that you are in the perfect place where ultimately your choices have led you. So why not celebrate that? Or why not at least be appreciative of where you are, and like see the value in the uniqueness of your own angle on life, you know? I'm not trying to be preachy. I know sometimes my brother sometimes says that I come off that way, and that's never my intention. It's just like I have a lot of experience. I've traveled a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I've met a lot of really interesting, brilliant people, and I've heard a lot of stories, and I've created a lot of stories, and yeah, I think I'm just amazed with like what happens when I focus on how perfect my situation is because of the choices that I've made, and just remembering why I've made the choices that I've made. Like at this point, my life is quite zen, and you know, I'm living out in the rainforest in a pretty basic cabin. I have like organic gardens nearby that I'm helping out in just a little bit, and ride my bike a lot. I have a Volkswagen van, but I would never drive it every day because all the fossil fuel consumption. But I like driving it sometimes. I'm learning to not feel guilty for burning the fossil fuel. But the thing is too is like I feel like I'm learning that I'm probably gonna become pretty famous, and my goal with that is just to like implement clean energy, to use that as a tool for that, and to implement social change where, you know, the good life is more accessible to everybody. Because I feel like when everyone is living like a more comfortable life, financially, or maybe we'll even create systems beyond the financial system in the future where, you know, we share a lot more. I think when everyone's living with more health and more abundance, everyone will feel it. It'll be a different world. The earth is ready for that. Like, I feel like we're entering these celestial shifts, and the frequencies, you know, rising tremendously, and it's exciting. It's like, hey, let's realize that we're all here together. And so that's kind of just my message. It's like, let's just like celebrate life and see what our potential is, and start every day like it's a new day, like it really is, you know. It's not like yesterday on repeat. It's actually a new day. So I think it's beneficial to pay attention, and for me anyway, do what you want. So I think I'm gonna like sing something. So yeah, I'm tired right now. I've been up all night. I don't even remember if I mentioned that I promised myself I would start recording a YouTube video every day yesterday. So I'm doing that now, even though today is technically yesterday and yesterday was technically 2 days ago. I figure it's still today until I go to sleep for me, even though it's 3:26 in the morning. I love the night, so I often stay up all night and then sleep in the morning. What do I want to sing? I think I'm gonna look at my Facebook poems that I wrote today. I write poems in my sketchbook a lot too, but sometimes I really like practicing what it feels like to like see my poems on a screen and that's glowing. because like it's giving me visions of what I'd like to do with projecting and stuff in the future. And that's pretty exciting. Just like sifting through some poems that I wrote today. Let's see what catches my eye. Okay. I control my own destiny and you control yours. I drive you crazy and then you come crawling back for more. Serious fam, I call upon you. Palladianistic powers, I am one with you too. Hathorianism, as in like high as in powers. As Hathorianism, as in like as high as true powers grow. Elders of star systems of immortality, you know, you know, you know. I'm gonna repeat that. Serious fam, I call upon you. Palladianistic powers, I am one with you too. Hathorianism, as in like as high as true powers grow. Elders of star systems of immortality, you know, you know, you know. Serious fam, I call upon you. Palladianistic powers, I am one with you too. Hathorianism, as in like as high as true powers grow. Elders of star systems of immortality, you know, you know, you know. $1,000,000 everything, 'cause this is all I ever see. Fuck the limited mind that is not free like me. I will raise you higher in what you know. You'll be hit by tsunamis of my glow. Flow. Flow. Moving forward to get past this. Diving deeper into the vastness. I don't cling to specific people ever, so don't take things wrong. This love I give is intense with every moment, and this is why I'm so strong. Sometimes I act like I am still a kid, getting high on the fun thing that I just made or did. It makes me proud to admit that my lifestyle is all my own. I know of nobody that is similar in how they live, and I'm happy with how I've grown. And then I recorded this like little bit on another SoundCloud snippet, but I might as well do it here too. London and Los Angeles, I sing this one for you. You drive me super crazy, and I like how it feels, it is true. I always wanted to just go everywhere and forget cities and camp. But then I started remembering that cities are filled with skateboard ramps. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with warehouse raves and production gear. I am in love with the feeling of family, and I am calling the best gems to come near. The old Amy would hate the Amy here today, because money is all I can visualize now as I say rhymes that never end, with a gifted voice born to transcend, above ideas that don't live in alignment with love, above ideas that don't live in alignment with love, rising above. You temporarily think I am too much sometimes, 'cause you've been brainwashed in a system that doesn't encourage writing endless rhymes. Especially on Facebook statuses, because nobody else is new to computers like the strangest girl ever. But one day you wake up to see she does it everywhere, 'cause for her it's all never never. Dream time, consciousness. I'm onto something deep with this. With my old school methods of constantly activating crystal holographic DNA, always combining work with play, because everything else is dead to me and I feel so alive. And I'm sick of seeing people scrape by, because we were all born to thrive. And this is a message from the queen of her own hive. And the more everyone thrives, the more everyone does well. And I will never ever neglect the less fortunate, because I break old spells. And I've seen too much greed in this world, and my focus is breaking that. And I give thanks to the one who never abandons me, and she is my cat. Star fam, I avoided you. I'm not sorry. I did what I had to do. But nobody hits home with me like you guys. And I've been preparing for years to erase globalized lies. And I don't care about people who hate the birds that fly the most high. I see through it all, and I feel the soul inside the songs that remind me of why I did not incarnate here alone. And I know you are almost awake enough to hear my tone. And I know the world is thirsty for these medicine songs I endlessly write. And I know this prolific ability is selfless in the light of the one standing up for our rights. In the light of the one standing up for our rights. Our rights to embrace freedom are what I rhyme for. Our rights to take over with fun were born on countless dark, deep dance floors. Our rights to paint the sky with new colors born for the oldest souls to dance forever. Our right to erase every single rule that was written by those who forgot to be truly clever. Our rights to erase every single rule that was written by those who forgot to be clever. Our rights to erase every single rule that was written by those who forgot to be clever. Our right to paint the sky with new colors born for the oldest souls to dance forever. Hot pink ink. Hot pink ink. You know a side of me that most cannot come close to, even let themselves think. You are a color, but you are my best friend. And you will always be with me until the very end. And beyond the end where we transcend, beyond linear time into where we make amends. And build paradise with every adventurous step into the vast unknown. And I give thanks to the stars all around me in every direction as poems glow. I measured your frequency in hertz because science is interesting. You are higher than most frequency, which means I am happy to be investing. I remember when I spent every last dollar on buying art supplies. It felt a lot richer than feeding external paradigms of mass media fed lies. Treated like a queen in the ghetto as well as everywhere. I worship immortality because my soul happens to be rare. Look at me, I am a witch. Here I am flipping up the switch. I like money, but it's not what you think. I hated and avoided it for years. Well, I found world-class locations writing poems in deep solitude with nothing but hot pink ink. Hot pink ink. Hot pink ink. You know a side of me that most cannot come close to even let themselves think. You are a color, but you are also my very best friend. You will always be with me until the end. And beyond the end where we transcend, beyond linear time into where we make amends and build paradise with every step into the vast unknown. And I give thanks to the stars around me in every direction as poems glow. I measured your frequency in hertz because science is interesting. You're higher than most frequency, which means I'm happy to be investing. I remember when I spent every last dollar on buying art supplies. It felt a lot richer than feeding external paradigms of mass media fed lies. Your mind control is never you. And I have the vision to see through. And I see into the soul at the core. And you know you like it and you want more. You drowned me in a sea of bass. For once I escaped the place. And I vowed to never return until you let me sing and rap while I raised dollar bills, so we could all stay together and build earthships worldwide, lit by islands, and in this vision my every step abides. 'Cause this soul of mine did not come here to hide. I can feel the whole earth. Universe is giving birth. Seeds of stars shine into this voice of mine. I can feel the whole galaxy, the whole Milky Way. I can feel it all inside of me, perfecting new days, celebrating majestic DNA. My dignity lives where work equals play. I have never been one to stand for paradigms of suffering. In this life, 9 to 5 has never been my thing. Every moment is biblical, yet I'm not reading old books. My faith lives in writing something new, because I'm smarter than I look. Vocalists that press buttons tend to be rare. If you don't understand this power, I really don't care. This power is what is true and has little to do with you. Yet this love is larger than anything, and I always paint things blue. And I always paint things blue. And I always paint things blue. And I fall in love with what I paint. It's true. If you think you don't know me, you are wrong. This soul has sung to you a trillion songs. I have been singing to the trees forever. Every branch and leaf knows that I am very clever. I have sung to the moon for aeons and lifetimes. The moon beams to remind you that these are epic times. Within this constant expansion, I bestow massive blessings upon these lands. Within this vast crystal vision, I write prayers to sing from my own hands. Within this path of miracles upon miracle, I feel this bliss. Within this knowledge I hold, I realize that nothing stops this. I designed my approach to music for years in massive piles of paint. Canvas carried up mountains on trails surrounded by angelic saints. Alone I walked into the various locations that felt like paradise to me. Deep inside I listened to my very own perspective of infinity. My faith lives in our population of 7 billion on Earth. I don't mind if a few people don't understand my worth. What you see is a mirror of you inside of me. I choose to be 100% free. I recognize the soul inside your voice from a past life for sure. This act of listening is indeed a cure. You bring me back to the stars. Let's take this super far. This is how it is when you run your own biz. This is exactly the way you design moments and open up doors. It's natural for me to give you all I have until you ask for more. Yet, all I have keeps growing. And the more I give, the more miracles keep flowing. I plug my heart into the universal rhythm of celestial grace. Soon everyone on earth will match my name with my very happy face. VIP zones filled with artists remind me of when I was a kid at Sick Kids. For once in my life, I'm surrounded by those who don't need me to explain in words what I just did. It's like we're all telepathic and we are advanced in certain ways. But the gems are the ones who understand that rising above alone is only a phase. The purpose of rising is to pull everyone up to join as well. The ego may stop that temporarily, but my lyrics break the spell. I can feel it like tsunamis flowing through my throat. I can feel it when the crowd feels like an ocean thirsty for this boat. I can feel it when the people look just like flowers, bees, and trees. I can give them exactly what I feel and what I see, and it's what they gave to me. Holding on to oneness inside the entire view. It's never just about me, and all I ever do is love you. Stale society structures fade like composted fruit into the ground. And I celebrate this movement inside these colors, inside this sound. I will not let you leave me until you let me know you agree. This is sacred ground, and realizing this fact is what sets us all free. You think you rule the world, but it's over. I want to sing this part. You think you rule the world, but it's over. My poems glow freely with four-leaf clovers. Your aura isn't filled with superpowers like mine. When none of your actions are intended to be divine, I feel no sorrow for the mistakes you chose once upon a time. I feel nothing but love for sentient beings as I build another rhyme. My voice is the wildflowers that city people kill, but I bring them back to life because city people can be ill. I am open-minded enough to know wisdom can be found anywhere. But when you act like you can destroy the earth without a single care, that's when I have to step in and raise my voice, because you must learn this fire is unstoppable as trillions of angels surround me as I burn. I am the missing link that you thought was unfindable. I am the binder of spells you think are unbindable. I am the view that you cannot see through. I am the find that blows your mind. I am the missing link that you thought was unfindable. I am the binder of spells you think are unbindable. I am the view that you cannot see through. I am the find that blows your mind. Thank you for listening.